Ciao guys, and here we go again. Tesla added one more revenue stream to their business model. And despite this time, assessing the true value of it is not easy, it's particularly meaningful. And to me, it shouts one thing. Tesla is here to stay, and it will become the largest company on this planet. The news is, yesterday BP, one of the largest oil and gas companies, just announced a $100 million supercharger purchase to test their installation in some of the stations in North America. Why is this so relevant? There are at least 5 reasons. The first one is big oil just sent a clear message. There is nothing we can do to oppose electrification. Do you remember the saying, if you cannot beat them, become their friends? This is exactly what happened. BP understood that if they don't want to be out of business, they must pivot away from fossil fuel, at least for their car business. The second one is, after the adoption of the NICS plug from many manufacturers in North America, this is the second time that competition realizes how Tesla has a superior infrastructure and simply raises white flag. We already know that Tesla Superchargers are cheaper to produce in comparison to any other competitor by up to 75%, how they showed during their Investor Day presentation. But many analysts saw this as something which was not really bringing any competitive advantage. They couldn't have been so wrong. And mark my words, BP is only the first one. In the following months and years, we'll see many others follow this path. Not because they like it, but because it's the cheapest and arguably the most reliable capex to do if you want to stay in business. And after this, it will be the time for Tesla software. This is 100% inevitable. So third one, this further improves Tesla business model and revenue stream. First of all, there is the sale of the supercharger itself. But in most of the cases, superchargers come with energy storage. So very likely Tesla will sell their megapacks along with the superchargers. And second, despite this is just my speculation and it was not clear from the announcement yesterday, there is a possibility that Tesla could ask for some sort of usage fees which will generate high gross margin revenues. Fourth, it will further accelerate transition to electric vehicles. The growth of every category is always driven by its physical availability, which is how much the category is available to buy or use, and mental availability, which means how often that category pops up in your mind. Now, we know that 2 of the limiting factors for EV adoption are range and charging network diffusion. What BP just announced is killing 2 birds with one stone. Now, imagine you go every week to charge your nice diesel car and you start seeing EVs charging where you were used to refuel your beloved gas car. What will happen? You will realize that 2 of your key concerns are just gone. And considering EVs are already cheaper to run, you would just be crazy to stick with them. So the more charging stations and the more EVs we'll see, the more EV Tesla and other manufacturers will sell. And last, let's talk numbers. Just in North America and Europe, there are over 300,000 gas stations. Let's assume that half of them over the next 5 to 10 years will add at least a couple of chargers which cost around $50,000 each. Just these will generate $15 billion with the B, billions. If we assume 3 per stations and the billions become 22. Do you see the drift? I'd assume that in the future most of the charging stations will have not less than 5 charging points, which means this could potentially generate in excess of $75 billion of revenues for Tesla. And this is not taking into account the mega packs which will be needed. So guys, here we go. I am absolutely thrilled by this announcement. It's so fun to be alive in this age of transformation. If you like the video, please consider to like and subscribe to the channel, and until next time, ciao!